Now the details here. A Philadelphia transgender activist identified as Kendall Stevens is now charged with sexually assaulting 2 children under the age of 13.
Yeah, Gray and Shari, disturbing details. Kendall Stevens was arrested today for the rape of a minor. Sources confirm that she is the same Stevens who is a prominent LGBTQ activist in the city.
This video is brought to you by Angel Tree. Link is in the description section. I want you guys to help us get across the finish line. I think we're about 1,700 kids we've been able to help this far. We want to help 3,700 kids this Christmas. These are children whose parents are incarcerated, so they're not going to have the Christmas that a lot of our kids are going to have. And it is up to us to be the hands and feet like God has called us to be, and let's support them. $25, that's all it is. $25 will help one kid get a present, a message from their parent, from the parent who's incarcerated, and also a Bible. So they get the gospel, a present, and a message from their parent, which is invaluable to their lives. We did this last year and we killed it. And so this year I want to do it again and get as many kids help as we possibly can. $25 will help one, $120, I think $150 will help 5 kids. 100, 120, or 150, my math off. All you got to do is go to the link and you'll be able to see it. Or you can give anything that you have. If you got $1, give $1. If you got 5, you got 5. You get 25 people giving $1. That's enough to help one kid. So we can do this, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the link in the description section. Like and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into this. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta blast these trannies real quick. And I know people don't like me saying that, but I'm not talking about the transgender people that are just trying to live their life. I'm talking about these nut jobs that are out here just bludgeoning women, raping people. They have some sexual fetish. That's why they turn into women, just so they can go look at other women in the locker room. They can't compete in sports against men, so they turn into women so they can beat the brakes off of these women in sports. I'm talking about you clowns. I have no respect for a transgender person who transitioned from a man to a girl and go compete in women's sports. I don't give a flying flip what your excuse is. I have zero respect for you. You have to be the most evil, ignorant, foolish, devilish person on planet Earth to claim that you love women, but then you turn into a woman just to hurt women. You can't convince me anything else. You claim that you value women so much, then why would you do women like that? You know you first place. You know when you transition that you were better than all these women in track and field. But you just did it anyway. You just stand on the podium with your hands held high with these women who've been working their whole life to win, and you were 97th place when you were a man, and now you're a woman cheering on first place. God is my witness. Y'all hear me right here on the radio. I got bond money. If I had a daughter and a man did my daughter like that, my daughter will not participate in that sport, or that person won't be standing on the podium. One or two of those things will happen. I will physically remove them from the podium. I will grab homeboy by his collar and pull him down off the podium and say, not over my dead body, or you going to stand there and mock my daughter when you know your sorry self couldn't compete against men, so you're going to try to be a woman. Get your butt down. Get your butt down. I'm going to stand on the podium and hold my daughter next to me. Get your butt down. Y'all out here playing too much. I'm sick of it. And I know there's people out here transitioning trying to do their own thing. Do your own thing, boo. That's between you and the Lord. And I'm pretty sure you ain't gonna have a good conversation with him when you make it to him. But that's between y'all. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But what I will say is these people that are out here hurting other people are the ones that I do not like, and they should be ashamed of themselves. Speaking of that, here's an article. This is what got me so irate about this. A prominent trans LGBTQ plus activist charged with rape of minors in Philadelphia. 2 minors. Kendall Stevens, 37 years old, was arrested Monday and charged with rape, involuntary assault, unlawful contact with a minor, and indecent assault against people, or it says against people less than 13 years old, amongst other offenses, court documents reveal. Less than 13 years old.
At Gray and Shari, disturbing details. Kendall Stevens was arrested today for the rape of a minor. Sources confirm that she is the same Stevens who is a prominent LGBTQ activist in the city. The state attorney general's office filed charges tonight against 37-year-old Kendall Stevens. The charges include the indecent assault against a person less than 13 years old, rape, unlawful contact with minors, sexual offenses, and endangering the welfare of children, parent or guardian. Stevens came to Action News in August of 2020 after she was attacked in her Point Breeze neighborhood. She says she was targeted by a violent group for being a trans woman. Stevens then became a prominent activist for the LGBTQ community. She urged lawmakers to change Pennsylvania's hate crime statute to include protections for LGBTQ people. She is seen here in March of 2021 at a press conference launching District Attorney Larry Krasner's LGBTQ+ Advisory Board. The board was created in part to be a source of information and resources for victims and survivors of crime within the community.
It means to me that the transgender population will finally get the support that we need from city officials that we really haven't gotten historically.
Sources tell Action News the charges are in relation to the rape of 2 young boys under the age of 13. Stevens remains in custody tonight. A spokesperson for the district attorney's office said in a statement, the investigation of allegations against her is being led by another agency, and as such, we have no comment. Now, judge did set bail at $250,000. The next court appearance is scheduled for December 29th. Often, the state attorney general's office takes on cases from local district attorney's offices if there's a conflict.
Now, for those of you who are on the Officer Tatum show and you're on the Salem News Channel and you see this fool, look at this dude. That looked like a man. That nasty man did all this so he can rape your kids. That's what he did. I'm just calling it for what it is. The exact details of the allegation against Stevens were not immediately available. I wonder why. Stevens, who is a transgender woman, had a predominantly, it says, at his preliminary arraignment in Philadelphia Municipal Court Monday evening, the court record showed I'm going to call him he because he's a clown, is due back before the judge on December the 29th. Stevens previously made headlines when he was the victim of a vicious hate crime and group assault inside his South Philadelphia residence. Let's see. Tamisha Waring was sentenced in February to 11 to 23 months on house arrest for aggravated assault and conspiracy charges related to his role in the attack. These people need to be called out for what they are. I see a lot of people crying victim because they trans and people be beating them up. Now, what happened is these fools got some nasty fetish and they won't tell you they trans until you get them in the bedroom and they get beat up. Or they think they dudes. It's funny, you dress like a woman, but then you talk crazy to men like you still a man, get beat up, and now you want to be a trans victim. Hold the phone. I'll be back after the break.